Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sir Tommy P., Defender of the Faith.
And I am Empress of Liam.
And we are the Nephilim Murder Crew. It's been a couple weeks.
It has been exactly 1 week.
Well,
I guess
we've missed a few episodes now, yeah.
It's been 2 weeks of Catholic chats and 1 week of our normal show.
I think I've been like 2 of each, honestly.
I just wanted to show everybody my sweet cloak that I got from Bro Grove, and I'm going to take it off because I just can't. It's a lot. I did see that Top has them available for purchase on toplobstershop.com.
All right, and I see that we are live, so good. We've been having all kinds of problems today, guys. I've had to do so many different
Rumble was
streams.
Super janky.
Yeah, I'd create a stream and it would just disappear, or it would tell me it ended. Yeah, it would tell me it ended even though I didn't stream it.
Even though it never even started.
Yeah, so I think we're good now, though. It looks like we're going live on X, so that's good.
Sweet.
We are live on Rumble. I saw it with my own eyes. If anybody's out there watching, please let us know in the chat that you are here.
Run your thumbs.
Yeah, we did a whole episode of Catholic chats last week with nobody commenting.
Oh well, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, two weeks ago.
Our last episode of it. But that's okay. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. So here we are back after Royal Deluxe is always here. I see him in the YouTube.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, we had no problem with YouTube. We knew you guys would be there.
Well, and I feel bad because Ginny was all up in the chat. She was like the first person to make a comment in the live chat. And then the poor stream died. And then who was it? For SETI 89?
Yeah.
Popped in there too. And then and that stream died a no stream death. So
yeah.
Apologies. It's not us, it's Rumble.
Hopefully you guys are there. So we've had a long hiatus because we were in Florida.
We did go to Florida.
We visited Florida Man while we were there. He's doing okay, just so you guys know.
The open air, free range retirement home that is Florida.
Yeah.
At least the part of Florida we found ourselves in.
SETI 89 is back. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Glad you were able to find your way back. That stream, Rumble decided that we had already streamed it. They decided that we had done all we wanted to do with that stream, and we were done with it.
Sure.
So
sometimes that's how it goes.
And the way I found that out, thankfully, is because I let you guys know 10 more minutes because I saw you and Ginny in there, and it told me that the chat was
disabled. Chat disabled.
Yeah.
So
we had to start a whole new stream because Rumble decided that our stream was over.
Yes.
Hey, and there's the X chat back up. All right,
cool. So all the chats are flowing. Everyone is here that's supposed to be. All the streams are going.
We're still missing Ginny.
We are still missing
Ginny. I'm going to need you to sound off if you're in the building.
Yeah.
Jenny. Just to warn you guys, I decided earlier that I wanted to go out for Mexican food for dinner.
Yes.
And since we were at a Mexican restaurant, I decided on margaritas.
And boy, did we.
Those margaritas were
strong.
Yes.
Strong.
So we decided, we just got 2 hours for we stream.
Hi, Christina.
Oh, hello, Christina.
I have to send you a picture later. Because, okay, so I realized this shortly upon Tom receiving it that I had I'll run upstairs to get the Malort, but to be honest, I haven't had any Malort since we left Florida.
Right,
we had to chug what was left in the flask from Saturday night so I could bring the flask home. And then there was this much left in the bottle. And I'm going to tell you, people, it went down the drain.
Yeah, we didn't
bring it back. It was a sad day because after having to chug half a flask between him and I, we were like, let's don't.
No.
Let's don't. So it went down the drain.
Yeah. But we've been drinking tequila today.
But yeah, we had 2 margaritas at dinner
that were very strong. And then I've thought, if we're gonna actually stay awake until 7, 2 more hours to the show, we need more tequila.
We have to stop by the liquor store and get more tequila to have more margaritas.
We were drinking watermelon margaritas here. And it's funny, I haven't drank tequila in years. I quit drinking tequila when I quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
So it's been about 3 years. So yeah,
Yeah.
That's that.
So anyway, so he's going to be smoking cigarettes.
Because tequila makes me smoke cigarettes.
I admittedly have had 2 cigarettes this evening, which really it's like 1 1/2 because it's only like 3/4 of a cigarette. But I have since brushed my teeth because upon finishing the second 3/4 of a cigarette, I was like, ugh, my mouth tastes like a cigarette. And I went and fucking scrubbed all that out of my mouth and got over the mintiness. So now I'm just drinking margaritas. So you enjoy that cigarette, good sir.
Yeah, well, it being Catholic, chats we're allowed to smoke. So
sure.
That's all I know.
Okay.
It's a great thing about being Catholic.
Know. Yeah, no, a lot of the Catholic men do use the opportunity of streaming to smoke.
Yes, I feel like the only Catholic YouTuber / streamer that doesn't smoke something on their stream. Either pipe or cigar or cigarettes.
Not sir. Dr. Anthony Stein doesn't smoke anything.
Yeah, but he's also a fat retard. So
that's also something to consider.
I only say that because I know he'll never see our show.
Well, one can hope. One can hope. Usually he's more respectful of Dr. Anthony Stein. It's usually me that's out of pocket. Right, I don't know what's up with him tonight. I think it's hilarious. And I am all here for it.
Must be the tequila.
You could go for a walk or two, buddy.
You're not lying,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. You could try being a little less dry. Good information, but it's way too dry, bud. You need like, what do they call those things?
A personality?
Yes. Yes, a personality. You need a personality, sir. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Smoking just looks cool. Speaking of looking cool.
That's what I was going for, so thank you.
Yeah, speaking of looking cool, don't be a douche canoe and go to the American Spirit website. And if you are a smoker of the tobacco or cannabis, get some butt bags so you don't have to litter your butts everywhere.
Oh, yeah, they give you free butt bags, a little pouch you carry around your pocket. It's like smell proof and stuff. They're awesome. When I used to smoke, I always carried one with me.
They're pretty sweet.
At least one.
Yep. I've been ordering them to keep them on hand when we're out in a boot smoking J's. Yeah. Does look cool. Don't care what anyone says. Yeah, no, it does. It looks a certain kind of cool.
It makes me look more interesting, maybe?
Sure.
Because I'm not very interesting with a cigarette in my hand. All of a sudden, I feel more interesting.
Oh.
So.
I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah. Because you don't have a cigarette in your hand.
Well, but also for women, it's different.
Do you feel more interesting now?
But no. This is where we can go into some.
You do. You see,
I don't. You feel more
interesting. You do.
I feel like people think I'm more interesting because if she'll put a cigarette in her mouth, what else will she put in her mouth?
I know what else she'll put in your mouth.
Right. No, and you do.
This is Catholic.
So, as my husband, you know a few things, but societally, it's unladylike for women to smoke.
Since the 80s, yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
I don't know, man.
But before then, it was the suffragettes being like, "I'm a free bitch."
We're bringing things back to the 50s.
I can do the things the men do. I don't know. And it's.
No, I hear you, man. There's a reason why I quit smoking, but I'm drinking tequila and I'm smoking cigarettes because that's what tequila makes me do. And I will not apologize for who I am.
Tequila turns me into that scene from The Goonies with Chunk where they have his hand in the blender and he's talking about, and I pushed my sister down the stairs one time and I blamed it on the dog. And I just, I feel very confessional when I'm drinking the tequilas. So that's mostly why this one's sitting there.
Right. It
has nothing to do with me not wanting to throw up. I'm just not trying to be like, word vomit. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Lucas says just feel shut the butts. No, there it is.
Well, it depends on what cigarette you're smoking because aside from American Spirits, all the other filters are fiberglass. And I don't know what you know about fiberglass, but I know that shit don't really biodegrade the way you think.
It's okay to smoke if you have a sheet over your face. I thought that was just something you did when you ate baby birds, so God didn't see your shame.
I mean, I guess maybe the sheet is to hide the shame.
Yes, maybe.
Is that why the Schmellies use the sheet?
That's why the French people put the sheet over their face. Remember the Top Gear?
Well, yeah, I know.
When they're eating,
when they're eating billions.
When they're eating the little tiny sparrows.
I've seen billions.
Yeah, they put the sheet over their face so God doesn't see their shame.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
No, I understand the premise of it.
So we got really totally derailed on this. Like totally. What did we even come here to talk about?
What's up East Palestine?
What is up East Palestine?
where the big train derailment and chemical
Yeah, no, I get that, but like, where'd that come from?
Because it derailed so badly.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I can't even find my mouse here. Okay, so
hey, Dern.
Let's go to bring this up. So
tequila is also a digestive, so there's that.
Yeah. you talk. I'm just trying to find this. There it is.
I mean, I kind of screeched that at. So okay, on the subject before we switch over to holy matters.
Yeah.
On the subject of Florida and why we went to Florida in the first place was Bro Grove.
Yes.
Hello,
Nancy.
Oh yes, I already said hi, Nancy. But anyways, on the subject of that, we were there for Bro Grove, and there's two moments that'll like replay randomly throughout my life from that day forward. Was the one whenever we had Not Nice Guy in the back of the car, and we were waiting for Ryan, and and I took the fucking most snipiest shot in the dark I have taken in a long time. I have not shot in the dark like that. But there was a young, white, nondescript, faggoty-looking kid walking out of the hotel, yes. And I was like, "That's gotta be Ryan. It's gotta be."
So she says,
and I said, "Hey, faggot,
get in the car.
Get in the car. We're going to Bro Grove."
And then he walks over and goes, "Emily."
Yes. So that is one moment that'll be there. It'll just randomly, I'll be like, "Hey, faggot," in my head. That'll happen. And then the second moment is
honestly, the reaction from Not Nice Guy when he found out that you did not know that was.
Yeah, no, that was gold.
He thought like, "Oh, you guys, no, we never."
No, I had no fucking clue.
And he was like, "You just said, hey."
No fucking clue. I was just like I was pulled full on David Corbo, going with my gut. Like I was pretty sure that I wasn't wrong. And it might not have been Ryan, but it would have been one of ours, right? Like that was the risk I was willing to take.
But you were right.
But I was right. I nailed it. So that was one moment. And then the second one is when his name starts with J. I can't remember at this current time. But from Cult of Conspiracy had his like helmet on.
Oh yeah.
And I had the skillet, and I was like, I'm like, I really don't want to like full on do this because I know like the feeling that's gonna come along with going full on. But then also like I don't want to be like I'm not aggressive like that. Like let's put David in that thing was the first thing I said. Could we put David in this? I could really I could get into it. But then whenever Top hollered at me, hit him like you type.
Like you type.
Just perfect. Perfect. And then there was a third moment during Leonardo's set, whenever she kind of looked at us and she was like, you look pretty wholesome. You have a healthy fear of that bald man next to you? And I was like, you know it, girl. You know it. But yeah, it was all in all, it was a great experience.
Who did the comic call me on the first night?
Oh my gosh! So on Friday night, the comedy act after the Bro Grove show, before the other people show, the comedy show. He called you Anton LaVey. Because he's standing there in his cloak.
I got my long, I saw my long goatee, bald-headed, with my cloak on.
Bald-headed with his cloak on. He was like an Anton LaVey over there. And not that I totally forgot about that, but then also we did it in person, N Tower.
Oh yes,
that happened.
Yes, we did. We yes.
Round of applause for Not Nice Guy on bringing the whiteboard.
And honestly, round of applause for Emily for being like, "Hey, now's the time to start
this
it." Like,
is it. It
was all Emily that started that N Tower.
Yeah, I was like, "This is the moment."
Oh wait, there's something going on in the chat right now.
Are we?
This is not the right show for this, but I mean, we are not going to discourage you from trying.
It's okay.
Yeah,
we like crowd participation, group efforts, bonding experiences, if you will.
Yeah. So that was our trip to Florida. That was actually the Bro Grove part of it.
That was just Friday and Saturday.
I'll be honest, I had a pretty good time at Bro Grove. Yeah. Not knowing any of the people, you guys know I'm not super active in the community. I watch it here and there. I find some of it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good time. And there it is. The end tower is in the chat.
Completed.
We will. I don't want to give you guys props for that, but props for that.
That's all right. You guys did it.
It's not a Wednesday. If it was a Wednesday, I'd be all hooping and hollering. But it's a Sunday, so I'm gonna pretend to be disappointed in you guys.
We are who we are, Mr. Margs and Cigarettes.
I'm gonna pretend to be disappointed in the chat at the moment.
That's fine.
But
you can do that, I guess.
What's up, chat? No,
I'm proud of you.
So anyway, say yes. Try for a Saint Floyd.
No.
I mean, I thought we already had a Saint Floyd in there.
Oh. Yo.
Man, this Catholic chat is taking a hard right turn.
Well,
that's all right. I've seen with Anthony and them.
I was gonna say it'd be like that.
It'd be like that sometimes.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
So anyway,
do a stream Tuesday night.
Speaking of,
hold that thought.
Yeah, yeah, we will get there. But so back to our Florida trip. We had a great time at Bro Grove. We also we were there for 6 days, and we went to 6 different masses at 5 different Catholic churches in the area. Because we just kind of wanted to see the difference. Every Catholic church is slightly different, even though the mass is structured the same technically.
Right. There are variants.
Some churches you go in, some parts are sung, some parts you go, some parts are spoken. Sometimes they leave certain parts out. I don't know how they decide which one was what, but yeah. So Scotty, Sunday Mass after Bro Grove was okay. We went to the St. Timothy's church, which was right next to the hotel we all stayed at. It was a decent church. It's in the villages, so it's a lot of old people.
Yeah.
We showed up there, and it was like everybody. We went to Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Saturday morning, we had a Not Nice Guy join us.
Not Nice Guy joined us for that.
He joined us for that one. And then Sunday morning, Eamon.
Yes.
Eamon Rat popped in, and he joined us for Sunday Mass.
Yeah. I would say both masses are what you would call a minimal mass. Like they had just the...
It was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, so because it's like I was saying, it's a very older area. There's not many children. There was no altar servers at all.
There was no altar servers.
Most of the most of the churches in Florida.
Yeah.
There was the one, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was pretty older crowd, and I would say it was a minimalist mass because they didn't have people to play the instrument like the organ or do the chanting or have altar servers because there was no children.
And in the best way possible, one of the services that we went to, I can't remember which one it was, but the gentleman who was playing the organ was also doing the singing, or playing the piano was also doing the singing. And in the best way possible, he sounded like the old guy from Family Guy.
Yeah, he was very, very old. So he was having trouble, like, everything was very slow sung and just...
That old man yodely bit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even try to replicate it, but it was so... At one point, Tom doesn't even realize this, and but like it brought like a tear to my eye. Not like because it was so bad, or not like it was just a... Like, this man is so old, but he's still, like, he's given everything he has into this thing that he's trying to do. It was a very sweet moment, but he was so
old. So let me go over here. Let's let me close that. Okay.
Show everybody the
so I'm gonna bring up the map here. So we will start with we got the town. We're supposed to get the town late Wednesday night.
Oh yeah.
But our flight was delayed, wound up being canceled.
Right.
So we wound up flying out really early Thursday morning.
Yes.
So we got to Florida Thursday early afternoon. So we went there. We hung out with my parents for a little while. It was a good time. So Friday morning we woke up and we went to show you guys here. Oopsie, there we are. So St. Francis Cabrini Church here. And I can bring up this and some pictures. So this is, it's nothing special. It's a, I don't even know what kind of church you would call it. It's a
nondescript big building.
Nondescript, yeah, Vatican II kind of church. But it was, it was good. The priest was nice. We did the, we got up early. We got there early, played the rosary.
To do the rosary, yeah. Oh, and that was okay. So this is the one where they did when they going through the rosary. Each Hail Mary was dedicated to one of the states.
Yes. So 5 decades.
And it went through. It went through alphabetically, right? Through the list, and each state got a
Hail Mary
acknowledgement.
Yeah.
A Hail Mary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice.
So we started out there 5 minutes from my parents' house there at St. Francis Cabrini. Then we went up to St. Timothy here.
That's the mentality for City for a church built in the last 5 decades. It's nice.
Yes, exactly. Anything post Vatican II.
Yes.
So this is a much prettier church. This was the one.
This is the one, right next to the hotel for Grove. So this is the one that we went to Saturday and Sunday.
Yes. So as you can see, it's a very nice church. There's the inside. So there's a nice grotto with fountains, statues.
Oh yeah, they have the
there's the organ that they were not using while we were there.
Right.
But yeah, so it was a pretty cool church. So we went there Saturday morning and Sunday morning. We went to a 7 a.m. mass at Sunday morning. So yeah, 7 a.m. after Grove, we went to mass. And Eamon Rat, right?
Yes.
Yes, Eamon Rat went with us. I was shocked to see him there at 7 a.m. And then from there, we went to Epiphany of Our Lord Church. And this is still on Sunday. We caught the 10:30 mass there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a Latin mass. And this one, so from St. Timothy, where there was a very minimalist church, and I mean, St. Timothy's huge, and it was, it was not a packed house.
No.
There was a lot of open space.
Yeah.
And it was lots of old people.
Yeah.
And like I said, they didn't have enough people to do altar servers or anybody to play the organ or anything like that.
Right.
So we get to Epiphany of Our Lord an hour and a half later.
Yes.
And we show up 15 minutes early for mass.
Yeah.
And we walk in the door, and it is standing room only at this point.
Yes. Literally standing room.
Like literally standing. There's probably 30 people standing.
Yes.
And more people still showing up every minute, and we're still 15 minutes early.
Yes.
And then you look off, and over on this side, they have a huge choir full of, ranging from 6-year-olds to 60-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been 25, 30 people in that choir, all doing the Gregorian chants and singing in Latin for the Latin Mass.
Yep.
And then, they must have had 25 altar servers, ridiculous amount of altar servers there doing all kinds of stuff. It was just, and
it was a healthy church.
And I, at 44 years old, would probably be one of the older people in that mass, to be honest with you. Yeah. Very young families.
Honestly, the couple that was sitting in front of us with their oldest daughter, who's now married and has a little baby, that whole row of family, that was the closest people to our age group.
Yeah.
I was subtly scanning, and just like I always do it whenever I go to a church, I want to scan. I want to see who's here with me.
Yeah.
Get a feel for how you guys are doing as a church. And I was just like, this is the only thing I can call it. It's a healthy church. It's young people. Yeah. It's young families. And the few larger extended families that are there, they're taking up a whole row.
Yeah. And also, as Forseti says, I'm sure being sarcastic, weird. I'm told nobody likes the old-fashioned masses. And yes, that's the thing. The church, the Vatican keeps saying we need to change things, to modernize it, to bring the youth in. But from my experience, we go to enough Latin masses for me to know the youth are at the Latin masses. Every time we go to a Novus Ordo, which is the majority of what we go to, because that's what's local to us, it's us and a bunch of people much older than us. And every time we go to a Latin mass, it is people our age and younger, and it is lots of families, lots of young couples with 5, 6 kids. You know what I mean? In their 30s. Yep. The young people want the tradition. That is why we went to the Catholic Church in the first place, was the tradition.
Because we wanted the tradition.
And
me just speaking for myself, I yearned for that tradition, on a cellular level.
No, I
because
100%. I do too.
Because my people, right? Like my mom and my dad, they got divorced when I was 7 years old, right? They both remarried. I don't know what a normal family looks like. I don't fucking know. I don't know. My grandparents, right? They stayed married just barely by the grace of God, but like they stayed married, and that's not what I want. So, and they left the Catholic Church themselves. So it's not for any reason. It's just like, oh, I got better things to do. So there's no tradition that my people have given me that like meets that need. So I can only assume that there's enough people out there who like have that cellular need for a tradition, something that has stood the test of time that I can go cling to and like maybe get through this thing we call life.
Yeah. So let's pause real quick. There's a couple comments I want to address just for Nancy. Nancy wants to know if we interacted with the butthole random. Yes,
we did interact with the butthole random. That was another moment.
So he tried to get real chummy with us both nights. He came up after he bombed on Saturday, wondering what you guys think? Like, why did it do better? The guy was a tool. I did not like him from the beginning. I could sense the type of guy he was, and I was not shocked when I heard the story Saturday night about Toad putting up the money for rental car. Like, I already yeah, of course I met the guy last night. I know this.
Yeah. Wild. That's a whole situation. But yes, we did meet Mark Random. And another fun moment that Not Nice Guy got to be present for that I almost completely forgot about because we're mad at Mark Random now collectively because he's a shitbag was when I tried to evangelize to him.
Right.
On Friday night. Because he was like, I can't believe that my set went so well. Let me tell you about myself. Because pretty much nobody knew who he was. And he got like about 4 minutes into his story. And I was like, good sir, do you know that you're worth more than that meat sack that you've been assigned? You know, there's something in you that God made just for the world to have. And Not Nice Guy is standing there like, she's really about to do this.
Okay, so and then Ginny, we apologize. We saw that you were at the other stream. Rumble just decided that we were done with that stream before we ever launched it.
Yeah, you still get credit for first chat.
Yes, you definitely got credit for first chat. The reason we figured out that stream was canceled, Ginny, like I said earlier, is I went to let you know that we'd be 10 more minutes, and it told me that the stream was canceled. So I was like, oh, sweet. Okay, other chat that I wanted to address. Yes, Ginny, the whole service is in Latin. Latin Mass is done in Latin.
Everything except for the homily.
Yeah, the homily is done in English, but everything is done in Latin.
All the other bits are Latin.
So anyway, now that we are clear with that, let's move on to, let me share this again. So that was our Epiphany of our Lord Catholic Church. So we went to at 10:30 on Sunday.
Yes.
Awesome Mass. Yeah, I never really heard a priest talk like that before either.
That was the other thing I was shocked with was just how freely he spoke. Not only how freely he spoke, but like how of the world he was. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I was just like, I don't know that most priests are as well informed as you are. Good
yeah,
sir.
About what's going on.
I don't know that any of the priests like have it in them to dip the toe into being well informed in this world and also holding.
Put it this way, from the guy's like 40-minute homily, because he had to keep going on with his homily because they're the kind of church that wants to make sure everybody gets through confession before they do the Eucharist.
Oh yes, and so that was the other thing.
So he kept stretching out his homily, and I swear to God, I'm listening to him. I'm like, are we still at Brogrove? This guy could be a talk at Brogrove right now.
He could have been.
Like, yeah, he was an excellent priest. I can see why his church has such a huge parrot. Like, you know what I mean? Why standing room only in his church, Latin Mass plus his homilies, like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're standing room only in this church for a reason. I get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was Sunday. Monday, we slept in. We didn't go to church just because we had been to Wednesday at our local church. Then we did Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday, then 2 Sunday, you know. So we didn't go to church on Monday.
Like we were good. No, actually, I mean, yes, obviously. You don't have to go every day, but then also it was a grind.
Yeah.
From Wednesday to Sunday, like
right, and that was not the point. Like it was starting to kind of like feel like I'm like church shouldn't feel like grind. I'm going too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no obligation to go every day. I'm gonna take a day off.
Right.
I'm gonna refresh, and it was worth it because like we went Tuesday morning to right here, Christ the King Catholic Church. Now this is an FSSP church, so Priestly Fraternity of Saint Peter. So Priestly Fraternity Society of St. Peter.
Yes.
So FSSP, Fraternal Society of St. Peter, if you want to be like out about it. But it was an excellent. It was a low mass, but it was a Latin mass. So it was a low Latin mass. And some photos here of the church.
Oh, okay. So
Want to go back?
Yeah, to the stained glass. Okay, so this is something that I noticed while we were in the church.
And it's in Florida. All the Florida churches have this kind of stained glass.
So, well, no, because it's a mixture. So if you look on the closer to us side of the picture,
that's
it
that
has
kind.
the mosaic concrete look.
Like all the churches in Florida have.
Right. And then there's some like traditional looking stained glass. Now, I don't know if it starts out with the traditional one and then a hurricane or two come through and then we replace it with the cement mosaic look. I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care. I like that it's both styles in Florida. It just so happens that this church has both of them.
They actually have a gift shop. We didn't see.
Yeah. Well, and that will.
Oh yeah, and apostolate of the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter, FSSP.
We did. It's just it's open for the later service on Sundays.
Okay.
Because that was the church that we decided like why don't all churches have gift shops?
No, that was at St. Timothy. For the first one we came across. It was like, St. Timothy had the gift shop we bought all the stuff at.
I know that's where we ended up purchasing stuff at, but okay. Anyways.
Either way, yeah. I think you're thinking of the next church where they also had a gift shop. We're like, why don't all churches have this?
Maybe.
So anyway, from there, Wednesday morning we went to the Holy Cross Church. And let's see if I can get a better do they have any? So this is the interior. That's not the interior of their church. They've changed it since this. I have the most here's the exterior. That is the exterior for sure. And they got a little grotto area. Yeah. Yes, the inside looks different. I have pictures to prove it. But anyway, yeah, so that was our Florida tour. Those are the 5 churches we hit.
That we checked out when we were in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I can bring up some of the,
Got some of the pictures you took?
Yeah, just so we can see the different. I'll go to, I think that's the one. Yes. So, yeah, here's what that, Holy Cross looks like now. They got that mural behind the cross now.
It is.
Right there. So, but yes, that was the inside of that church. Again, nothing super fancy. The outside's got that nice old Spanish mission kind of look to it. Again, I think it's a post-Vatican II church from the looks of it. Made to, put some Spanish tile on the roof and some stuck on the side, make it look like that.
Call it a day.
Yeah. But
give it enough of an appearance.
Yep. Okay, so that that covers that. Anything else you want to share, babe? I know there was more you want to talk about.
Oh, well, I guess maybe we could broach the subject of voting because somebody asked about Tuesday streams.
Oh, okay.
So as far as my personal plans for the election stream, it has been to hang out with the boys from the Haram Life. They're all going to be together in the Carolinas, powling it up. I believe at Legend's house. And we jokingly, when we were on there, said that we would see them at the election. So that's been my plan.
Oh, we're actually planning on doing a show with them?
That's been the standing plan, but I don't.
Oh, it's first I'm hearing about this. Okay.
That's been the standing plan for election this year since we went on their show.
We've been on their show?
Yeah, we went on their show.
When was this?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
But anyways, that
news
was
to me.
That was the plan. But I personally campaign to repeal the 19th. Now, my stance on that won't change. It just won't, because I personally, I don't want the responsibility anymore. I don't want to be held accountable for this dumb shit because A, I don't feel like it counts. And B, if all of us lady folk are allowed to vote, it's messy. It's messy.
Yeah.
So as someone who campaigns to repeal the 19th for the greater good, I feel hypocritical casting a ballot. So I don't feel anything really about sitting this one out. However, it has been brought to my attention.
Did it?
What?
Lucas.
He brings up a wonderful point.
I'm not voting for the first time. I'm not consenting to any of this shit.
Yeah.
So here's been my dilemma, Lucas.
Yeah.
I also have been like, you know what? There's no need for me to vote. I'm not consenting to anything either way. I don't want to. But also,
the catechism says.
The Catechism of the Catholic Church states that it is your duty as a Catholic to take part and do the right moral thing, yada, yada, yada. But the way I see it is, I can easily just not vote and not consent, and then just go to confession and confess my sin of not voting and be absolved and get it over with. So, yeah. So that's kind of my thing is like, even though the church says that I should take part, I don't think I'm going to. And I think I will just ask for forgiveness. It's a lot easier that way. Instead of consent, I'll just ask for forgiveness for not taking part. So
I'm good with that.
Anyway, what are you doing, woman? Emily has left the show apparently. She said, "Screw you guys." She's done. She doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. So I guess it's just me. I know. It's not just me. It's them too. You left. You walked out on all of us. It's not just me.
It's okay, children. I'm back.
All right. She's for now.
Don't worry.
For now.
For now.
Oh.
Well, until I decide to leave again. Just kidding.
So anyway.
So we covered that one.
Yeah, so we covered the catechism says it's your job.
Well, that was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Well, you could have looked up paragraphs in the catechism. You could have gone through some of that. I mean, you still can.
Well,
nobody's stopping you.
Okay. So one of the things that was cited when I looked this up was 1706, which reads, "By his reason, man recognizes the voice of God, which urges him to do what is good and avoid what is evil. Everyone is obliged to follow this law, which makes itself heard in conscience and is fulfilled in the love of God and of neighbor. Living a moral life bears witness to the dignity of the person." So I don't know exactly what that has to do with it. I mean, I do kind of, but I don't want to.
If there was a clear moral choice here, then yes, but there's really not. It's not clear.
There's not. Yeah. So
there's propaganda moral choices.
Yeah. The illusion of choice. I honestly like the way that when we had Hotep Jesus on, and he said that you're free to make the right choice. Like that's what you have the freedom to do. You have the freedom to make
right.
Yeah, or good choices, or make the right choice, or whatever it was. Like that was I think that summed it up. Is like, yes, it's the lesser of two evils, but you just, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. 2210 reads, "The importance of the family for life and well-being of society entails a particular responsibility for society to support and strengthen marriage and the family. Civil authority should consider it a grave duty to acknowledge the true nature of marriage and the family, to protect and foster them, to safeguard public morality and promote domestic prosperity."
Again, I don't know if that counts here.
Yeah. Nobody's really team that.
That's my thing, Scott. If you're voting for lesser of two evils, do you have to do confessions for it? I honestly don't think you do. Because honestly, even if you're not doing this, I can't imagine that that's a mortal sin. I'd have to imagine it's probably a venial sin. And I'd imagine that you don't necessarily have to confess that. That'll get absolved at Mass and during the Eucharist, so
yeah.
So no, I don't think you technically would have to either way, to be honest, Scotty. But I'm no Catholic scholar. I wouldn't take my word for it.
Don't trust him. He's retarded.
I'm just some retard going through RCIA right now. That happens a little more than most of the other people in class.
He's just some idiot with a camera and a fucking internet connection.
Right.
Fucking, what does he know?
Right, yeah. What do you guys listen to me for anyway?
What do we know? I don't know.
Honestly, if you're coming to us for advice, you need to take a step back and take a good long hard look at yourself and figure out where you went wrong.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, good sir. You're in the right place. We're happy to have you here. Just don't go getting all culty, because we're fucking stupid. Just hang out with us and ask questions.
She's stupid. I'm misinformed.
Mm-hmm. All right. 2237. Political authorities are obliged to respect the fundamental rights of the human person. They will dispense justice humanely by respecting the rights of everyone, especially of families and the disadvantaged. The political rights attached to citizenship can and should be granted according to the requirements of the common good. They cannot be suspended by public authorities without legitimate and proportionate reasons. Political rights are meant to be exercised for the common good of the nation and the human community.
Okay, well, that tells me that since the government's so fucked up, you have no obligation to
support any of their
any of their nonsense.
Decisions. Yeah, that's kind of riding on that too.
All right, as far as I'm concerned, Catechism says I'm good, so I don't have to vote.
All right. 2239. I got two more, and then you can make your decision.
All right.
It is the duty of citizens to contribute, along with civil authorities, to the good of society in a spirit of truth, justice, solidarity, and freedom. The love and service of one's country follow from the duty of gratitude and belong to the order of charity. Submission to legitimate authorities and service of the common good require citizens to fulfill their roles in the life of the political community.
Well, I served in the military, so I'm good. And then also, like,
you pay taxes.
I pay taxes. I don't feel like I do it because the other parts of there, like, they're not doing their end of it, so I shouldn't have to do mine. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I feel like you're
not doing your end, so I don't do mine. So then if you don't do your end,
I served my country in the military. I pay my taxes. I shouldn't feel obliged to vote for people that don't have my best interest in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. 2240.
Well, Christina, it sounds like Danny's a pretty smart man, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Listen, I'm team
Danny. If you're watching right now, I respect you, sir. You are an intelligent human being. That's not just tequila talking either. That's from the bottom of my heart. I love you, man.
So, Christina, I hear your follow-up. I feel it's negligent. I, too, have those feelings. But the one thing that I do want more than anything in this particular one is for those of us who do abstain to follow up and make sure we did abstain. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, at some point, we should all follow up and be like, can I just see what my voter ballot was this year? I have a case of the amnesias, and I don't quite remember. But I do know that I didn't vote.
I want to address Forseti here real quick.
Yeah.
My 2 cents, one side is so anti-truth, the consequences of the other side being in power are so astronomical. I do agree with you on that point. And I will say, if I lived in Michigan or North Carolina or Arizona, I might take a different stance on this. But I live in Illinois. Illinois is not it doesn't matter. They have the most corrupt political system in the country, have since the state became a state. So there's no chance that my vote even matters in Illinois, to be honest with you. If you're in PA, then yes, I would encourage you to vote. I would say the lesser of two evils is the answer. If you live in a swing state where your vote actually might count, then I would say vote.
When it does, so this is a conversation him and I had earlier when we were kind of discussing this and decided, well, we'll chat about it on the show, is that for me personally, it broke down to, does the rural, actual real people of Illinois have a chance to choke out Chicago? and Illinois politics as a whole.
I got your back, Danny.
No, we don't. We don't have we ain't got it. Like there are a lot of us, but there's not enough of us. And even if every single one of us voted the same exact way, they still wouldn't give it to us. And on the timeline where they don't give it to us, the people of Illinois aren't going to be as mad as I'm gonna be. So I'll just sit this out. I'll just sit it out. So.
Yeah. If I lived in a different state, my tune might be different. But as far as I can see, I'm consenting for no good reason.
Right, yeah.
Living in Illinois, I'm consenting for no good reason. So there's no need for me to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh, my OMG. Hi, JC. I just saw JC popped in there.
Yeah. All right, let's read this last one real quick. 2240 is submission to authority and co-responsibility for the common good make it morally obligatory to pay taxes, to exercise the right to vote, and to defend one's country. Pay to all of them their dues, taxes, and to whom taxes are due, revenue to whom revenue is due, respect to whom.
Yeah, render to Caesar what is Caesar's, render God what is God.
Honors,
Jeff, we guess that.
Christians reside in their own nations. Blah, 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 blah. The apostle exhorts us to offer prayers and thanksgiving for kings and all those who exercise authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life, godly and respectful in every way. So let's just circle that back to they don't care about us or vote for us or think about us at all. So
yeah,
we don't. The rules do not apply.
Yeah, honestly, like when the Catechism was written in the 1400s or whenever.
Yeah. And you just had to worry about one guy's head.
Some of these rules may have made sense, but I don't.
In the Lord's year 2024, not so much.
Yeah, I get what they're saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like the government has not held up their end to force me to hold up my end.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if I go to Father Adam and say, Father Adam, I didn't vote. Is that a sin, a mortal sin? And he says, yes, that's a mortal sin. I say, okay, Father Adam, well, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I did not vote.
Yeah.
I'll say my Hail Marys and I'll call it a day. So, it is what it is. Honestly, I haven't even... We're in RCIA. I haven't got my first confession yet. These will all be wiped away in my first confession anyway. So.
That is true.
Why is everybody going crazy now? What's going on here?
I have a feeling. So.
JC just came from a Catholic funeral in Indiana. Well, good for you for going to Mass, JC. Because I'm sure there was a funeral Mass.
Yeah.
And you can't lie. I know you enjoyed it. Not the funeral. Like, you're not happy that somebody died, but like the Mass itself was probably pretty sweet. Let's be honest. Gosh, that Biden's handlers start World War III.
Rest in peace, Uncle Roy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Yes, JC, we are sorry for the loss of a loved one.
And the whole service probably took forever. Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have made light of that, honestly. I feel bad now.
That's okay.
To do penance later.
Well, I'm sure JC appreciates the gallows humor.
Yeah.
Still inappropriate.
Oh, hey, look, you handed me a thing here. More things to smoke.
Well, I instinctively handed it to you.
I didn't realize we were doing this during Catholic chats, but okay.
Well, so you can smoke cigarettes, but I can't smoke some cannabis?
Yes. There's a difference.
Aha.
Don't ask me what that difference is. I don't know. But people tell me there's a difference.
Aha.
Ask the chat, is there a difference?
No. Yes, but no. Mostly no.
Which is it? Yes or no? The same, but different?
Yeah, same, but different.
It's like a tie hooker.
It's
like a tie hooker. Same, but different.
No. It is a plant that you grow.
Don't punch Danny. I was just gonna ask you for another rosary, Christina, but if you punch Danny, I'm gonna place my order with somebody else. I'm sorry.
He doesn't know anybody else. Don't let him bully you.
There's Etsy shops out there.
But also, we shouldn't hit our spouses, Christina. That's not nice.
Not over that. You can hit your spouse, but not over that. Ugh.
Yeah, don't hit him over not voting. That's not the hill to die on.
Yeah.
Hit him over not eating vegetables.
Well, actually, it depends. If you guys live in a swing state, then maybe you should hit him.
They're in Texas.
Oh yeah, no. If you're in Texas, that's just dumb. Don't make him
that's
vote.
peeing in the wind.
Yeah. That's just dumb. Don't force him to consent for no reason.
Yeah, that's all right.
You better not punch him.
I mean, also, this might just me being a crazy person, but in my lifetime, Texas will be blue. Y'all watch. Y'all watch.
It might happen. Texas is not the Texas people try to pretend it is.
It really not. It hasn't been that Texas in 20 years. And I'm not being dramatic. I'm just saying, like, the men who made Texas what it is, or what it was, and what it was presented as, they dying, or they dead.
Yeah.
And the men that they raised ain't shit. Ain't a damn good one of them.
Now,
because if Mattress Mac out of Houston, Texas, Mattress Mac, God bless that man and keep him alive for the sake of Houstonians. But if Mattress Mac goes, Houston is boned. There is not a man younger than Mattress Mac to step into them shoes in all the city of Houston. Y'all can't tell me that Texas is who they pretend to be when the best person y'all have to present to me is Charles E. Butt, who's pushing 100, and Mattress Mac.
Yeah, I don't know who Mattress Mac is, but I'll take your word for it.
He's like, he's the furniture guy of Houston.
Yeah, I know that much, but I've never seen him. I don't know what you're talking about. Is he a
nondescript, short little white dude?
Right, but like, does he get on TV with political statements or something? Like, I don't get what does he have to do anything? Anytime
a hurricane hits, Mattress Mac opens every single one of his furniture stores, and you go. That's where you evacuate to, is to Mattress Mac's stores. You hang out there. He keeps the generators going. He brings in food. Like, he's the lifeline of Houston post hurricanes. When Joel Osteen locks up the Toyota Dome and says, nah, not in my church house. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Mattress Mac is there for them. When FEMA doesn't come through, Mattress Mac is there for them.
Oh, and I have to, JC, yes, hard men make good times or something. The way that goes is Catholic converts make good times. Good times make cradle Catholics. Cradle Catholics create hard times. Hard times create Catholic converts. That's the circle of life.
Yes, and HEB is Charles E. Butt.
Yes.
That was the reference I was making. And really, that's just because HEB as a company is run the way it is because Charles ran a handful of stores that way and made his team understand that this is what you do for the people that write your fucking checks. The people that come to your grocery store 5 days a week to buy your shit from you. You take care of them when the shit hits the fan. You be there for them.
Something like that, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, Florida's the new Texas, basically, is to take away the story.
Oh, yeah.
Florida's the new Texas. Texas is, and once
Florida,
Texas actually does go blue.
No. Florida's the new Arizona.
Sure.
Florida's the new Arizona. Texas will always be its own little fucking thing. Everybody fled. Everybody from California that didn't like California but wasn't welcomed in Idaho fled to Arizona. Okay, so your West Coast fleers who didn't want to be West Coasty went to Arizona. Your East Coast fleers went to Florida. So that's the thing. It's like Arizona and Florida. Those are the two states that mimic each other.
But no, Florida's that new. Well, no, but Florida's that new state of freedom. You know what I mean? Like the absolute freedom where you go to. It's what Texas used to be known for.
Right.
That's what people always thought it was. I don't think it was ever that way, to be honest with you.
It wasn't big enough for it to matter.
But like, honestly,
but then the things that you were trying to do in Texas aren't the things they were trying to do up there.
But like, honestly, like if you go back to like concealed carry laws and stuff like that, like Texas was far later than a lot of other states to finally let you conceal carry.
Right.
You know, open carry, same thing.
Yeah.
Texas was far behind. Like a lot of people can attribute to Texas things that aren't really Texan.
Yeah.
Like Texas is not the free state that everybody always thought it was.
No.
You know, they've had a little better laws about protecting your property in Texas than other places, maybe. But like, you couldn't walk around carrying a gun in Texas for years up until recently. You know that, and you could do it in Missouri before you could do it in Texas. You could do it in Kansas before you could do it in Texas. You know what I mean? Like it's not this huge bastion of freedom that a lot of people think it is. And it's always voted red, but I think that's coming to an end. Yeah, I agree with that. We probably in the next 15 years, 20 years. So,
and the population, the places where it's gaining population, they're not gaining red people. They're gaining blue, purple people at best. What's the temperature?
No, right here. You Illinois folks and us Minnesota folks should compromise and sell in Missouri. Funny you should say that.
That is funny that you should.
Because Emily and I have been saying since we got to Illinois, our next move, because
it's gonna be Missouri.
Is Missouri if possible. I go where the money's at.
We could swing it.
The money brought us to the Lord also brought us to Illinois for sure.
Right.
But the money brought us to Illinois with the Lord. He made this opportunity possible out of nowhere.
I was about to say that's the
that was really a thing. Like he made this opportunity possible. I got a job offer from a company I'd never heard of for a job I never applied for in Illinois one day, just out of the blue, when we were already on our way to move to Oklahoma. So the Lord brought us here. But we say our next stop, if we have a choice in the matter, is going to be Missouri.
Missouri, yeah.
Missouri is a great state. It is a very free state. It's a very Christian state.
Also has a healthy Catholic population.
It does have a healthy. I mean, it's a very Lutheran specific Protestant population, but it does have a very healthy Catholic population. There's some good Latin masses, some good Novus Ordos.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a cool. We visit there a lot. We like to fish there a lot. We like to vacation there a lot. We really enjoy Missouri.
The camping's good there. The fishing's good.
I honestly,
the people are great.
It's one of those places that most people probably never even think of visiting. But Missouri is such an underrated state. It is such an underrated state.
Yeah.
Like go to Missouri.
And you don't even fall for Branson first. Go somewhere else first.
Yeah. You can go anywhere first.
Yeah.
But Branson's a great town. Don't get me wrong. You'd have fun. Go to Branson, have a good time. But also go to middle of nowhere. Check out Rollo, Missouri, and St. James.
Yeah, St. James.
You know what I mean? Go to Merrimack Springs and St. James, and for a weekend. It's a great state.
Yes.
Yes, we love Missouri, Dr. Dingbat. We love Missouri.
Yeah. So all the it's a shame where Texas is going. I mean, I sympathize, Christina, with your feelings of it's negligent, because it's almost like being in the sinking ship and knowing where the water is coming from, and I need you to fucking help me patch this, bro. Help me patch this. But then then in the back of your mind, somebody's over in the fucking corner drilling another hole. You know that somebody else over here is already fucking picking away at the thing that's trying to settle into the patch. Texas is going to do what Texas is going to do. I think that if we prayed about it harder than we voted about it, we'd have different outcomes. That's just where I've settled into at this point in my life. It's I have my track record with praying versus voting. Prayers get me what I need. Voting gets me angry. Leads me to being upset and disappointed. Just in my own personal 34 years of experience. So.
Yeah, I've only been to Texas once, and I was not impressed. So.
I lived there for 10 years.
Were you impressed?
I hate it. No, I'm just kidding. It has a certain charm about it, right? Don't get me wrong. There are parts of Texas that you couldn't rip out of me, right? There's certain parts of who I am as a person just are in me because of I lived in Texas for that amount of time. And I do respect most generational Texans for the fact that y'all stayed in the same place for so long. It's commendable. Don't know how you do it, but you did. But overall, let them secede. Let them be Southern Canada, Northern Mexico. I don't give a shit. God bless Texas. Right?
Right. Yeah, whatever, man.
It's kind of like any state, though. It really boils down to what city you live in, what what your major city is that you're near to, because there's a lot of parts of Texas that are just little tiny blink and you miss it one stop sign towns, and they're probably wonderful. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, also, just let us know, guys, in the chat.
Oh yes,
we added the candles this episode, and
how do we feel about that?
How do we feel about that?
Them?
We don't.
Does it look bad?
Does it look bad? Does it look okay? Does it make zero difference at all? Like, if it makes zero difference, I'll keep them because I enjoy having the candles going. But if it throws things off, like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the candles. Maybe we'll keep doing that as a thing, or maybe we won't, depending on how you guys feel about it.
And another thing, not necessarily to get feedback on, but to let you guys know about, we are going to be switching to Thursday nights.
Oh, yeah, our normal Wednesday night show, our non-Catholic show.
Yes.
If there's such thing as a non-Catholic show with us.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, but either way, our Wednesday show, I'm going to move to Thursday, mainly just because it's harder for me through the week with work to do the Wednesday show.
Yeah. Dragon asked for 2 days is not ideal. So
I want to move it to Wednesday. It won't be until the week after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So the first week of December, basically.
Yes.
But just giving you guys a heads up way ahead of time. We will keep reminding everybody between now and then that our Wednesday show is going to move to Thursdays at 7:15, starting in December. Okay, so you guys like the candles. Awesome. I will keep that in mind.
I also wholeheartedly agree with Forseti. If Texas did secede, I think things would get better for them. Certain populations there would run elsewhere if they weren't in the U.S. anymore.
Yes.
And that's ultimately where I think that Texas should flex that little bit of muscle that they still have left. If they tried hard enough to use it, they could get it to go through. Because if you don't do that, if you don't purge the fucking parasites that are within you, they'll take over you.
Yeah.
And that's just for a long time, I've said, forget about Texas, but like, now I'm leaning more towards like, you should probably try to save yourself before it gets to a point where like you're screeching and nobody cares.
Yeah, basically, if you don't,
nobody's gonna feel bad for Texas when it flips.
Yeah, it's gonna be the only way for Texas to save itself. Honestly, is I don't see it happening, but that is the only way for them to save themselves. I think. Yes, JC, no more Tower Gang pre. Well, you got 4 more weeks of that, so I mean, yeah, but. Small town Ohio. Yeah, there's some cool things in small town Ohio. I prefer Missouri though. Interesting fact, road sodas are legal in Missouri.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about it?
Yeah. Most people don't realize that.
How about it?
Open containers are legal in Missouri.
Well, oh yeah. Plug purge suddenly, code Nephilim at checkout. Yeah, road sodas were legal in Texas until 1996.
Yeah.
And then they said no. And the only reason I know that is because everybody clowned GW for getting a DWI when he was in college. And they were like, and drinking and driving was legal.
And Ginny meant, no, look what's happening in small town Ohio in answer to Emily. What did Emily say?
Oh, no. I don't remember.
Oh, busted.
I'm having a day.
You got busted talking shit, not even knowing what you're talking about. No, I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention because you're a woman and I don't pay attention when women speak.
I don't remember anything specific I said. Oh, wait. Oh, no. She's talking about they're eating the cats and eating the dogs.
Oh, okay.
What happens when you have people who like aren't of you?
Oh, right?
You gotta purge them out. Otherwise, they end up.
Yeah. No, Dr. Dingbat, we are not drunk. We are a couple levels below it at the moment. I made sure I stopped before I got drunk because being drunk is a sin.
Yes, but I connected the dots, Jen. It came together.
But we definitely feel the alcohol. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Christina. About 40 ounces of water ago, I was drunk. Now I'm just tipsy. Now my brain's just run a little.
Tipsiness
slow.
is okay. Drunkenness is a sin. Remember that.
It's like I'm the early 2000s family computer, and one of us likes LimeWire. That's what I'm running with right now. That's what I'm running with. So My apologies. But yes, no, I'm glad that I was able to tie that back in because I remembered
about the parasites leaving the area.
Yeah, the parasites leaving. Eat a smart cookie. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate.
Yes. Spoken by like somebody who has no idea who she is. No.
You might be new here, or you've been here for a while, but
no, she's
every once in a while.
Which one are you looking for?
My other buttons. Why aren't the other buttons available?
Where'd they go?
Yeah, that's what I'm like,
No, hold on a second.
Did they uninstall because they were off for a month?
No, they were there. I don't know where they went to. I can't make them work. Maybe it's because you're recording. I can't do it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is weird. Huh.
Cool. Anyways, I was gonna plug Jeremy Clarkson where he says, sometimes if you listen very closely, you can hear my genius.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Weird.
But my buttons are embarrassing me. So there's that.
Best I'll give you is you can get that.
Thanks.
Other than that, I don't know why these aren't doing their thing.
That's okay.
It's got to be because of recording.
It
It's got to be.
probably is.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what Dan means whenever he says I don't have that button up. Maybe that's what he means.
Yeah, it could be.
Aha.
Does he use a Mixcast?
I am sure it's some sort of board like this.
Well, it's some sort of board like this.
It's either this or a Roadcaster, and not to like shade Dan or anything, but I don't think he has Roadcaster money.
Well, it's not about money. We have Roadcaster money, but I bought this instead because it's the better option for what we do.
Yeah.
So maybe he bought his because it's the better option for what he does.
Right.
Like people buy Roadcaster because they don't know any better.
Oh. Well,
you know what I mean? Like everybody go, I do a pack buy Roadcaster. Instead of going, well, here's what I'm trying to do, and let me look at like what options I have and what is best for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like, this has options that the Roadcaster doesn't have, and that's why we bought it.
Yeah.
It also doesn't do a few things quite as well as the Roadcaster does, but those things don't matter to us. So,
don't matter,
you know what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
So, like, for what we try to do, this is top of the line.
Yeah.
People need to know the difference and like actually do the research and figure out what they're trying to do and what's best for what they're doing. Not just buy things because they're called something.
Because the
name. Yeah, Joe Rogan uses Roadcaster. I use Roadcaster. Everybody use Roadcaster. We all use Roadcaster. We sure make a Roadcaster because that's what everybody uses.
I gotta post my podcast to Apple Podcasts.
Like instead, I put hundreds and hundreds of hours into researching things and then go compare things side by side at stores and then go, okay, yeah, this is the right thing for me.
This is what I would like to buy.
Right. Fortunately for me, a lot of times it's like, hey, I can save myself $200 by doing that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, people should probably put a little more thought in them before they spend $800.
Well, I would like to think that some people do, but most people don't.
Right.
Most people don't. But then also, if that's the barrier to entry, imagine all the people who are like, nah. And how much nonsense we're spared.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's really not the barrier to entry. Like, we started out with that $200 setup that I got you for Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
It was, it was a board with 2 mics and cables, everything for $200, and it worked fine for 18 episodes.
Yeah,
I think we did 18 episodes before I switched to this.
Yeah,
and I only switched to this for personal preference on certain things. Like, I mean, honestly, you guys didn't see the mine before, so
no. No.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that's it for tonight. I think we're out of I think we're at an hour and 10.
Did we even recap RCIA at all?
No, we didn't.
Okay,
we should probably do that.
We should probably do that.
Okay, Emily, go ahead and recap RCIA. Yeah, wow. I thought we opened with that like we always do.
Nope, we didn't. We opened with we went to Florida and we're heathens.
Yeah, we went to Florida. We watched the dick on the screen for 10 minutes, and
y'all did.
No, not y'all. You had your.
I was hiding underneath my clothes.
No, I was doing this, and every once in a while, I'd be nope, still there.
and I do appreciate that at the end of it, Top was like, I'd like to think that this is how Emily watches the show every time, and I was like, I don't watch this show. I don't watch it. I don't. Like not even a like I don't watch TLC. I listen to it. Like I don't watch Tower Gang. It's Ferda, and I'm not Ferda. And Ferda, for those of y'all that don't know, is a Letterkenny term, and it means for the boys. And I'm not it. Like that's locker room. I'm good. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's $12 an episode is about what it costs for Seti, and this is a smart. I don't know who's for Seti. He's a smart person.
Welcome, Forseti.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you.
Man after my own heart. If you are even a man, I don't even know. Honestly, could be a woman, but person after my own heart. Yes, I like numbers too. I find numbers fun. Danny, I got your back. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what she's trying to say there, but I got your back.
I want to reassure you two, we love you both. And Danny is actually asking if y'all are going live all the time.
Good. Well, it's Wednesdays and Sundays. Soon to be Thursdays and Sundays. But right now, still Wednesdays and Sundays.
Yeah. JC, I'm still riding on the fact that I got a Laney edit. So if y'all want to think I'm a TG fan, that's cool. I still got me a Laney edit. I don't know what y'all are doing wrong in life, but I got a Laney edit. So
yeah,
that's all I'm riding on.
None of that means anything to me.
It doesn't mean anything to him, and it shouldn't mean anything to me, but I think it's pretty dope.
All right.
Ooh.
How much does that pay? What's Laney to pay these days?
$0.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it pays $0.
Just checking.
It's a hobby of mine.
I know. Just messing around.
It's a hobby of mine. This internet personality bit.
Yes, I know. Anyway, week 6 of RCIA. What did we talk about, Emily?
Well, we talked about All Saints Day
and All Souls Day.
And All Souls Day.
We did. And what did we learn about them?
We learned that All Saints Day is All Saints Day. No, sorry. I can be better. Hold on. Okay, so one of the things that I actually deeply appreciate about the Catholic Church is that they do have saints. And they do have the apostolic succession. There is a direct line all the wiggity way back, right? I appreciate that. I respect that. As a history nerd, I love it. I love a paper trail. So All Saints Day for me is a night. It settles into me spiritually, sort of, as like your grandparents the day they were born, or your grandparents the day that they passed away. It's a solemn day that you remember that this person that came before me existed, and without them, my chances of being here are nil. And in the Catholic faith, you're taught that the actual saints, and it's not all of the named saints, not everyone that has been named, but saints in general are souls that have gone through purgatory and made it into heaven, right? So even, I don't want to speak out of pocket here, but let's say we have a great-grandmother. I feel good saying great-grandmother because I think that my great-grandmother did enough as a Catholic that she's probably pretty close to working her way out of purgatory. So when that does happen, she would be considered among the saints in heaven. So the All Saints Day is November 1st, and that's what part of the lesson was today, was about All Saints Day. And then the other part of it was All Souls Day, which is November 2nd, which focuses on the actual souls in purgatory. And that's when you pray for deceased loved ones, for pretty much anybody you know that's deceased.
Well, so All Souls Day is one of the few days of the year when Catholics can pray for all the souls in purgatory, as opposed to just specific souls.
Right. Well, yeah. In general, well, I guess further down the conversation that's the day the Catholic Church as a whole focuses on all of the souls, because as individuals, right? Like, I know that Christina has a big devotion to the souls in purgatory. I myself have a few specific people that I do pray for throughout, since I've started praying for people. Like, they're on my list. And I know that other Catholics have specific people that they pray for that are in purgatory, but it's more of a blanketed everybody day where all of the Catholics make the intention for all of the souls. So this is, I mean, in a nutshell, this is why Russell Brand is a Catholic, because all of the all of the unity and connectedness and like the oneness that he was seeking in his woo-woo stuff is found in the Catholic Church, because there is the apostolic succession and the paper trail and the lineage of people before you.
Right. Yeah. So we talked about All Saints and All Souls Day.
Yes.
And then last week we weren't there. They did a tour of the church and talked about things in the church. It was interesting.
Yes.
We weren't
and
there.
then looking forward, we do have they're going to do an explanatory mass.
Oh yeah. In a couple weeks on a Wednesday night, they're going to do a mass. It'll be a normal mass, but they're going to stop and explain through the mass like everything they're doing. Why, the first things are said. Why do we say? What does this mean? So so they're gonna explain the entire mass basically.
Yeah.
Which I've got books that explain to me what the mass is, but it's kind of interesting to see it like as it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also with the explanation going to be provided from either Father Nick or Father Adam.
Right.
Depending on either of their delivery of the explanation. Like that'd be interesting as well.
So it'll be a good time.
Also, anyone who's watching this, and if you're ever trying to decide on going to a Catholic mass, like which one you should go to, I suggest a weekday one. There's usually not many people there. It's a shorter service. There's less pressure to be the outsider. It's not as like overwhelming as a Sunday one. But in the caveat of going to a weekday mass, if you could swing it, go to one of the school masses and get there a little bit early, because whoever's leading the mass, father, whoever's church that is, he's going to explain to the students a little behind the scenes something about mass that day. And then you lead into the service. And there's a little bit of I don't know, there's something nicer and more welcoming about going to the same service that the school kids go to.
Yeah, the elementary school kids.
Yeah, if there's a Catholic school attached to the church, there is a weekday service that is the school service.
It's usually Friday.
And it's usually Friday. But yeah, it's a good introductory one. And everybody's welcome to go to them. If they do have a day where it's school mass, there isn't the morning mass. It gets pushed to the school mass. So it's not like you're the weirdo going to the school mass. Everybody's going to that one. But I like catching them when I can, because it's again, you get like the little behind the scenes, some little explanation intended for the school children. And if you don't know anything, or if you do know something, it's nice. I've noticed Deacon Kevin I'm sure he's there every Friday one, but the couple of school ones that I've caught, I know Deacon Kevin's there, but I also know that Deacon Kevin really enjoys opportunities to like re-experience being introduced to things for the first time.
Yeah, it's also I much rather enjoy having the kids up there reading the lectionary stuff as opposed to having fucking Susan from accounting up there and they're screaming.
I'd rather little Susie struggle through stage fright, stumbling through the words, than Brenda from HR. I would much rather that. So that's another fun positive to it.
Yeah.
Okay, well that wraps up our RCIA, our Florida trip, and Bro Grove.
Yep, and talking shit to Christina.
Leave
Danny alone. Go picking on him. You're fortunate to have him. Knock it off.
Hey now. But then how will Brenda feel important? Brenda has a husband and children to make her feel important.
Yeah.
And that J.O.B. she wanted so bad.
Right? Yeah.
Brenda. Just kidding. I'm sorry. If one of my viewers is named Brenda, I apologize. It's something specific. Sorry. Karen's overused.
Oh. Anyway, so that's our show for today, guys.
So.
That's all closed out. Let me bring this up.
Okay, so we will see you guys Wednesday evening. If anybody is up early tomorrow.
I was going to say, aren't you going to be here tomorrow?
if anybody is up early tomorrow, we've got Mondays really early with myself and Reef and Mike. No. Brenda has cats, boxed wine, and a corporate HR job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job, Brenda.
Probably Brenda.
How's that working out for you?
She also has a Kohl's card that's maxed out.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Okay, so yes, you will be here tomorrow.
I will be here tomorrow morning for Mondays really early.
And then we will both be back on
Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday for the normal Nephilim Murder Crew non-Catholic edition. All are invited kind of thing.
We're still Catholic. We just won't encourage Catholicism as much on Wednesdays.
As much. It'll still be there. Just it won't be as in your face. You're free to be Protestant on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
To a certain level.
Well, we'll let you have your Halloween.
Yeah. No, seriously, thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. Feels really good to be back doing this after almost 2 weeks off now.
Yeah.
We're really happy to be back and to see you guys and interact, and we appreciate you showing up so much. So with that being said, thanks for coming out, guys, and we will see you Wednesday. Take it easy.
My lord. We will have Malort on Wednesday.